Good afternoon. Have you ever tried to do something that seemed simple to someone else, but for you, it was just a little bit challenging? And when you ask them, hey, how do you do that? They look at you with this look like, come on, duh, you got this, or you simply have to do X, or say you're trying to gain something, and they go, you know what, you don't want that, trust me, I've been there, done that, and it's not going to lead to fulfillment, or it's not going to give you what you want. Now, while I can agree with these statements, and I can agree and have empathy from where these people are coming from, in the grand scheme of things, you're the one that has to be the person that goes out and does the deed. There's a very popular quote of Jim Carrey that roams around the interwebs, and he's quoted as saying, "I hope everybody could get rich and famous and have everything they ever dreamed of, so they know that it's not the answer." Now, of course, that makes sense. Money isn't everything. I understand that. But what he fails to include into that is all of the heartache and struggle that he went through in order to get to that point, in order to have that realization. And it reminds me of Joseph Campbell's hero's journey, where in the hero's journey, basically everybody has a particular journey that they're on. And first you get the call to adventure, and then there's a denial of the call. You recognize that there's a need for change, but there's a denial of the change, and the person doesn't want to change. And then they accept that they have to change, and they end up meeting a mentor, which helps them along the way, maybe gives them tips and advice. But they end up leaving the village, leaving home. And then they go on their journey. And they end up having to face their biggest fear. And their biggest fear could be anything. What's their biggest fear might not be your biggest fear, and what's my biggest fear might not be your biggest fear. But it's all the same. It's an obstacle that needs to be overcome, and it's a matter of life and death to that individual. I know there's been a couple of times in my life where I've gone through changes where I've had to just man the fuck up and put my ass out there and embrace the change, and it felt like I was dying. But I realized, always in hindsight, that that was the best thing that could have happened to me. And so it's great that, Jim Carrey says, yes, that money's not everything, but he had to go through that process. Everybody's got to go through the process. At the end of the hero's journey, usually the hero has some type of treasure or a piece of knowledge in order to give back to the tribe, in order to give back to the village. Sometimes the hero makes it all the way, trucks all the way down his journey, and when he finally hits his destination, he has this insight that either he didn't need this trinket or need this relic in the first place, or that he had the power in him all along. Well, in order for him to know that, he had to have gone through that journey. You can't circumvent the process, is basically the point of this video. As much as Jim Carrey likes to say, money isn't everything, and I hope everybody understands that, you yourself are not going to know until you actually go through and make the mistakes, fail again, and then have that insight that only comes from putting skin in the game. Okay? So, just wanted to put that out there. It's another beautiful day here in Connecticut, and I'll talk to you guys later.